We had it. We lost it. We had it again. We lost it again. We had it again and we lost it again. What am I talking about? Let's tighten up. Hello, everyone. Welcome into Tight on the Tide. I'm your host, Wayne Mason. What in the world am I talking about? Well, we're going to get into that. But first and foremost, I want to hand out big time congrats to the Alabama men's basketball squad for getting it done last night. The Iron Bowl of basketball was held last night in Auburn, and the men pulled off a 96-92 victory over Auburn last night with LeBron Philon, ESPN, wink wink. For you guys got to start researching your names here, guys. Come on, honestly. But LeBron pulled off, Philon pulled off 25 points last night, and Keyshawn Hall, Kevin Overton, they came in close behind him with 24 and 17 points. So really, really good showing from the men's basketball squad last night. Took care of business. I'm a little bit surprised at the fact that they haven't been ranked as of yet. That's probably hopefully going to change soon. But congrats to those guys. Nate Oakes still getting it done there. And I have a lot of high hopes, especially with this whole thing with Bediako that's going on. And we'll see what the rulings, coming in on that. But another congrats going out to the Alabama ladies softball squad. And my goodness, for those of you who have not ever really cared very much about women's softball or baseball, period. If you're, baseball it's too slow, it's too boring. Let me tell you something. The ladies softball, from the first pitch to the last, these ladies are going all out. I'm talking, they're playing at football speed here. It's extremely exciting to watch, and I highly recommend it. I highly recommend that you got to check it out. But opened the season in Atlanta in the tournament this weekend, 5-0. These ladies are leaving a wake behind them that is just, I'm talking blood in the water. It's going to be a really interesting season from what we saw this weekend with the ladies softball. So big shout out to you all over there, and congrats to that. So onward to the football. What am I talking about? Well, let's take a stroll down memory lane and look at going into last season, the 2025 season. A lot of people, including myself, had really high hopes for Alabama going into the season. And over last spring and the summer, a lot got inflated as to how well Alabama was going to perform going into the season. So I believe going into the FSU, the first game of the season last year, going into FSU, from the very start, from the very first drive, the opening drive of the season, it looked to be lights out. Alabama marched down the field. I believe it was, I want to say 17 plays it took to get down the field. But they did. It was all very scripted. And that one series, Alabama looked like it was going to pan out, as everyone had said. They marched down the field, touchdown, first opening drive. Hey, we're looking good. We're feeling good. And then the wheels fell off. And we all know that, because FSU's defense figured this out really quickly. And what they figured out was that they could push around Alabama's O-line. Now, don't get me wrong. There were times last year that the O-line for Alabama looked really good. And they created a pocket around Ty Simpson that gave him opportunity after opportunity to do what he needed to do. But if we get real and we look at the season overall, you see breakdown after breakdown after breakdown. Now, a lot of people pointed at Coach Cap. Excuse me. A lot of people pointed to Coach Cap, got upset with him. He's not getting it done. But I know that, the coach obviously takes the brunt of the blame. That's very obvious. The buck stops at the top. Well, looking at that, you got to look at the performance aspects also from the guys that were on that line. And a lot of people pointed out, you can go back over the course of last season on the games that did not go our way, and you can look at guys that just seemed broken. Their spirit was just not there. And the whole thing just, and once you have that one chain, that one link in a chain that breaks down and falters, well, your chain begins to crumble. Okay? So, what do we do about it? Well, we go up and we go down. We go up and we go down. And by the end of the season, Ty Simpson, poor guy. Bless his heart. That guy was a wrung out dish rag of a quarterback. All the talk at after the FSU game, the poor kid was getting beat to death in the media. But then he comes back in the next series of games. And by the end of the Georgia game, everybody is screaming Theismann Trophy, Well, then you go throughout the rest of the season, and, when we get to Oklahoma and our other losses that we had, in those losses, you see the breakdown of the O-line because defenses had figured out how they can push it around. Now, what's going to happen here with Adrian Klemm coming in? We have a coach coming in who has 3 Super Bowl titles to his name. He coached at Oregon, did really well with them. I think we've got a lot to look forward to. We have got a lot of good guys coming in from the draw that we took from the portal. Excuse me. We got the guy coming from Jay James coming from Mississippi State at left tackle. Rayson Delgado coming in from Cal Poly. He looks like he's going to be taking the center position. A lot of guys coming in that it's going to be really, really interesting to see what Coach Klemm can do with this O-line. But it's got to be figured out because if you go back and you look at last season, especially in the losses, you see that breakdown and you see the lack of mental toughness is where it starts. They have to have that mental toughness in order to keep the physical toughness that keeps them going throughout 4 quarters of the game so that they're able to do what they have to do and build that pocket that the quarterback can reside in to do what the quarterback needs to get done. Because if the O-line's breaking down, then you could have the best quarterback in the world back there. It's not going to matter. He's on his own. And that's going to be something that, that'll kill us. But I really feel like with Coach Klemm coming in that if the focus can be put on building a mental toughness from the ground up, and not only that, a unified body between a literal, as corny as it may sound, a brotherhood that is built among these guys on the O-line that are defending, or I want to say, the O-line defending the quarterback, so to speak. It's going to be interesting. Excuse me. It really is going to be interesting. So, very excited to see what's going to happen with Coach Klemm coming in and what he's going to do. Um, I want to open it up to you guys. What are some things that you guys are questioning about the upcoming season? Whether it be something coming out from spring practice that we're getting ready to go into, what are some things that you all would like to see happen from a fan standpoint that would mean the most to you to say, hey, yeah, I believe that the 26th season is going to be something special? Uh, you know, give me some questions and comments down below, and we'll discuss those and go from there. So, again, I want to thank you all for watching. I know this was kind of a late video today, but I guess better to be late to the party than not show up at all, right? So, I hope that you all are having a wonderful day, and we will chat again soon. Thank you all very much. Please like and subscribe, and roll tide, everybody.